welcome back to my channel. Over the next several weeks, we are going to cover buyer and seller objections. As a real estate agent in this crazy market, I get a lot of objections from people who are waiting for the market to change, or they're going to try and sell their home on their own, or they're going to use an iBuyer program, and so on. I'm Kat Williams, your real estate concierge. We are currently in a seller's market, which means it can be pretty difficult out there for buyers, especially if you don't have a strong agent in your corner. I talk to a lot of people every day, and one of the objections I hear the most about purchasing a home right now is, I think I'm going to wait it out and see if prices drop. The first thing I would say to you, if this is your thought, is that the experts are predicting interest rates are only going to continue to rise. You aren't going to win by waiting. What's likely to happen is you will have to drop your budget because interest rates went up. What I mean by that is, if you've been pre-approved for a $500,000 mortgage at 4%, as that interest rate hits 5%, you're going to lose buying power, and you will no longer be approved for that $500,000 home. If you are one of those people who are waiting for home prices to drop, I don't think that's in your best interest either. And here's why. The National Association of Realtors and other economists are predicting home prices may cool slightly, but that there is going to be a strong market for the next several years. What they mean by cool is that home prices may level out a bit and not increase as rapidly, but they are still going to stay high. As long as we continue to receive multiple offers on properties that drive up sales prices, we won't see much of a change. People are still seeing 5, 10, 15, or more offers on a single property. And every one of those offers is probably over asking. I recently had clients lose out on a home that was a fixture because it sold for $50,000 over asking. Remember, the primary reason prices are going up is because the lack of homes for sale, and then there's too many people who want to buy one. It's a simple supply and demand issue. There just isn't enough supply of homes to meet buyer demands. Even with new construction, what used to take 4 to 6 months to build a brand new house is now taking 8 to 12 months because of supply chain issues. So if you're waiting for interest rates to come down or prices to come down, you might be waiting for a while. That could end up costing you money or buying power in the long run. So you might want to reconsider waiting. Let's talk about why waiting could cost you more money. Of course, no one has a crystal ball to see into the future and know exactly what's going to happen. But the stock market is volatile. A crash is not predicted. Inflation is high, but a major depression is not predicted. So that $400,000 home that you were pre-approved for, once interest rates go up even 1%, you are now pre-approved for only $350,000. And you know what else? Your payment for that $350,000 mortgage will be more than you would have paid for that $400,000 mortgage with lower interest rates. Just the facts. Let's take a look at that graphic I showed you earlier. The graphic shows you what your buying power would be if you wanted a $35,000 a month mortgage as interest rates go up. In January, rates were at 3.22%. To buy a home that had your mortgage at $3,500 a month, you would have had $807,000 worth of buying power. Let's skip ahead to February. Interest rates were 3.55%. You would now have $775,000 worth of buying power. And in March, interest rates were at 3.76%. That brings your buying power down to $755,000. In April, 4.72%. And your buying power is now down to only $673,000. So from 3.22% to 4.72%, you lose $134,000 in buying power. To bring this down to more realistic numbers for you, I'm working with some clients who were initially approved for only $350,000. I think we'd all agree that's a difficult price point. Then on a Friday, interest rates jumped almost an entire percent. My client's buying power decreased to $300,000. I hope with these explanations and the graphics that you can now see waiting for interest rates to drop may not be the best decision. And waiting until we stop having multiple offers on homes so that prices can drop, not happening. The supply and demand need to level out so that we can have a balanced market before we will see prices drop. What is it going to take to have a balanced market? About 6 months worth of available inventory. Right now, very few states have more than 30 days worth of inventory. I know numbers and statistics can be overwhelming sometimes, so I encourage you to reach out and schedule a time to chat if you want to know more. There is a link to my calendar in the description of this video, as well as all of my other contact information. Next week, we'll talk about why you should not try and sell your house without an agent or do a FSBO, for sale by owner. If you like this video, then I encourage you to check out some of the other videos on my channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Everybody take care and have a blessed weekend.